PC Reg Cranfield turned the corner into Totter's Lane, the beam of his torch slicing through the fog. It was a thick one tonight, what his dad would have referred to as a real pea super, had he still been alive to say it. It was a cold one too. Reg pulled his jacket tighter around himself, hoping that the lads back at the station would remember to keep the teapot warm this time. He didn't want to come back to a cold brew on a night like this. Still, at least the streets were quiet tonight. Everyone was indoors, watching the news reports coming in from America. Nasty business, that. This wasn't his regular beat. He'd swapped shifts at the last minute with his drinking buddy, PC Rawlings, who claimed he was coming down with the flu. Reg wasn't convinced. Fred was as healthy as a horse. He'd never had so much as a sniffle in all the time they'd known each other. Sergeant Clough reckoned it all had something to do with what had happened last night, when Fred had returned to the nick as white as a sheet, blabbering on about people in the mist who weren't really there. More likely he'd stopped off for one too many braces at the Rose and Crown, but Fred had swapped with him plenty of times over the past few months, so he could go and visit his dad. Reg found himself thinking about his father again. It was 2 weeks now. 2 weeks since he'd slipped away, less than half an hour after Reg had left the old folks' home after his nightly visit. It was almost as though his dad had deliberately held off dying until his only son was safely on the number 91 bus back home before heading for the pearly gates. Not that his dad had believed in any form of life after death. In fact, he only went to church on Christmas Eve because he'd promised Reg's mother that he would continue to do so after she had died. "If there was an afterlife, I'd know about it," he used to tease. "Your mother never stopped nagging me when she was alive, and there'd be no stopping her coming back from beyond the grave to do the same." Of course, now his dad had gone off to join his mum, wherever that was. Reg hadn't even found out until he telephoned the home from the station the next morning to see if his dad had had a comfortable night. He didn't have a telephone at his flat, so the staff at the home had no way of contacting him. Of course, now there was no point in getting a line installed at all. His torch swept across the wooden gates of Foreman's scrapyard, and Reg paused to check they were securely locked. There had been rumours of